Hey folks, I'm Melhorn. Have you ever wondered where to find blue catfish after heavy rains? Well, we've had a lot of rain here, and in this video we're going to go to a river section in some current and see if we can find some blue catfish. Alright folks, I'm out on Lake Wiley. I'm in the river section. It's the middle of winter. It's mid-February. But we were hitting a little bit of a warm snap. This morning when I got up, sunrise, the temperature was 61 degrees, which is actually above what our highs are normally during the day this time of the year. So it's unseasonably warm. We've also had a lot of rain. I decided to come to the river to take a gamble. Actually doing some spring style fishing a little bit early. The entire Catawba River Basin has had a lot of rain past few days, and they're moving water continuously through the system to bring the water levels down. The lake's actually a little bit below normal, but that's because they're releasing water 24 hours a day. So this is not the best place to come in the middle of winter to catch big fish or numbers of fish. But I decided to take a little gamble today, see if this water flow is going to make a difference. It's kind of a all-in bet, because if I don't catch them, I'm not going to have time to move to the lower end of the lake where we have clear water and a little less current. So we're going to hit some holes. We're going to hit them for about 30, maybe 45 minutes and pick up and move. All right, show you guys quickly what I got going on here. It's just 6 rods. Got them out the back. The water's stroking pretty good, as you can see here. So can't really fan cast them out because everything's getting swept into a line straight out the back. Got them on the bottom. I've actually got 2 of them suspended up off the bottom on some drift rigs. This is my last day to go fishing for about a week. I'm gonna be down in Daytona for the Daytona 500 working in my real job, and I'll come back for a couple of days, might get a couple of days to fish, and then it's off to the Catfish conference. So trying to get a day in, try to catch a fish, get my fishing thing going on, and may be tough today. This water's been ripping continuously for the past couple of days here on our reservoirs, because just the way they are, intermittent water releases. It sparks a bite, but when you get a constant flow of water, it's a little different game for these fish, and so it can really slow things down. That combined with the drawdown of the lake, it may be tough. I had some people message me since we had this little bit of warm weather, like, man, is the spring bite going to kick in early? I'll be honest with you, I think the spring bite, the spawn, the fall bite, all these things that seem to be somewhat seasonal, I think they happen regardless of what the water temperature is. I think the water temperature plays a part, don't get me wrong, but I think daylight, the amount of daylight that we have, plays a much bigger role than we give it credit for. I think water temperature just tends to coincide with, the daylight, the loss of daylight, gaining more daylight. So I think regardless of what the temperatures are doing seasonally, I think if you're having a colder than normal spring or a warmer than normal spring, I don't think it makes it that big of a difference. We've had some Februaries that were just unseasonably warm. Going into March, and you think, man, spawn's coming early. Maybe a little bit, maybe a couple of weeks, a week or so. But even if we were to have 70-degree days, and that's happened here in the South in February, you're not gonna have fish spawning, just because it's just something that's in them. It's just nature. It's God. It's their way of knowing that you spawn too early, and it's not good. It's not healthy. It's you end up losing fish. It's not the way it's intended to be. So anyway, I think that daylight plays a bigger role than we give it credit for. Once we start getting more daylight, we're going to have fish starting to do their spawning things. Shad are going to start to make their moves and their runs. Regardless, like I said, it may change it a week or so depending on what the temperatures are. If it's horribly cold, but I don't think warm weather is the key as much as daylight is the key to starting a lot of the spring moves and changes and spawns and that kind of thing. Well, I tell you, the upper part of this reservoir in the river, totally 100% unproductive, not good fishing. So what I did was I rolled down the lake, down the river to the upper part of the reservoir, to the first major creek, and got set up here on the shoal, and got 8 rods out, got them fan cast out. I got stuff deep on one side, shallow on the other, straddling in the middle on the upgrade. So we'll see what the fishing looks like, see what the bite is here. Water, the current's a lot slower, and hopefully that'll help with maybe stacking some of these feeding fish up down here. Decent fish. Yeah, I was going live on Facebook and caught that fish, fiddled with that, got a few shots of it, just signed off, and bam, I got this one off. Another decent fish. Straight down under the boat. Got to get that head coming at you. There. Another good one. Another good one that I ought to be using a net on. Yeah. Yes. Good one. Here's one. Oh, there's 2 of them. That one looks bigger. Boy, that sucker's gone upriver. Wow, look at that foot. Now he's coming back to the boat. I was just reeling lines in. Get him turned. Getting ready to head home. Rod's going off. That's what I call the reeling in bite. There he comes at the boat. Getting a few of these coming off of this shallow section up here. There, he knows he's hooked now. Hook us up with that. Got him. Another good fish. Another good 16-pounder. Nice day. Released alive for you to catch. Well, as you can see, the current seems to have made a difference. I'm in an area where the water's still moving, still got current, still got water flowing, still got something carrying the scent, but nowhere near as fast. The reservoir's widened up here, the river section's widened up, and when it widens up like that, how fast the current is flowing slows down a lot, and that seems to have played a part here. Put a few good fish in the boat, and pretty happy with what I got here. I got water moving off to one side of the boat, and then I've got it eddied up over here where it's not moving, so it's a lot better set up. Pretty happy with the fish I'm catching. Got another small one. My loose reels are getting a good little workout today. Good little trial. I've caught a couple of decent fish on them and some small ones. Like I said, they're new. I like them though so far. Seem to be an affordable alternative to some of the more expensive abus. I'll put you a link down below in the comment section where, or in the description section, where you can order some of these if you're interested in getting them. Found somebody locally that's selling them. Channel catfish, hookers, terminal tackle rig. Nice channel. Hookers, terminal tackle rattle. pretty good today. Well, there you go, folks. It seems like the location change to the slower current really has paid off. That's a couple of good fish in the boat, and I'm pretty happy with that. So weather's looking like the rain's on its way, so I'm gonna pack it up and get out of here. I appreciate you guys watching. As always, if you like the channel, hit subscribe and make sure you hit that little bell notification so you'll be made aware of all the new videos we have coming out. Look forward to seeing you on the water.